Hi everyone, I am kicking the YouTube habit, and it's been fun talking to people who have different beliefs than I have about the Bible and about this particular part of the Bible, Exodus chapter 9. So the video makes it sound as if all the livestock died in Exodus 9. However, not all the livestock died because the author of Exodus 9 went out of his way to describe the fact that God spared the livestock of the Israelites. In Exodus 9:4 it reads, "But the Lord will make a distinction between the livestock of Israel and the livestock of Egypt, so that nothing of all that belongs to the people of Israel shall die." Exodus 9:6 goes, "But not one of the livestock of the people of Israel died." And Exodus 9:7 reads, "And Pharaoh sent, and behold, not one of the livestock of Israel was dead. But the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, and he did not let the people go." Of course, the author emphasizing that not one of the livestock of Israel died. Of course, part of that is to emphasize the miraculous nature. Not only miraculous in the fact that all of the livestock of Egypt died, but also miraculous in the fact that not one of the Israelites' livestock died. But I believe there's a second purpose. I believe that this that the Israelites' livestock that the Egyptians stole some of the Israelites' livestock to supply the livestock that was affected by the plague of hail and the plague on the firstborn. And some people have told me that they believe I'm just making stuff up because I have no textual evidence. However, there is no textual evidence either for the Egyptians allowing Israel to keep their livestock. There's just no direct textual evidence either way. Um, so how is it that I have this belief that Egypt took Israel's livestock? Well, first of all, the Israelites themselves were property of the Egyptians. They were slaves. They were slaves to the Egyptians. Their sons and daughters belonged to Egypt, and so it's not too hard to think that the Egyptians could take the Israelites' livestock because they could do whatever they pleased with the Israelites. They did. They often did. That's the nature of being a slave. There just are no rights. I find it interesting that people assume that the Israelites had property rights, which the Egyptians respected. I don't know. I would feel that if one was to make an assumption, it'd be safer to assume that the Egyptians did not respect any property rights and did not recognize any property rights of the Israelites. The second point to support this is some textual evidence, because to say stuff, it doesn't really prove much unless you have something to back it up. So here's my backup. Um, Pharaoh did not respect the property rights of Israel. In Exodus 10:8, Pharaoh says to Moses, "Go serve the Lord your God, but which ones are to go?" Moses said, we will go with our young and with our old, we will go with our sons and daughters and with our flocks and herds, for we must hold a fast to the Lord." Exodus 10:11 is Pharaoh's reply. "No, go, the men among you, and serve the Lord, for that is what you're asking." So Pharaoh would only allow Moses, the men of Israel to go. He would only allow the men of Israel to go, but he would not allow the children, the women, or the flocks, or the herds to go. But after the plague of darkness, Pharaoh loosens up, and this is what he says. Go serve, Exodus 10:24. Go serve the Lord, your little ones may also go with you. Only let your flocks and your herds remain behind. Again, Pharaoh is unwilling to let go of the Israelites' livestock. He wants to keep it. The obvious reason is to replace the lost livestock from the plague on livestock earlier on in Exodus 9, verse 3 or so. Um, so, yeah, Pharaoh doesn't respect Israel's property, and so I believe that it's entirely plausible for the Egyptians to have taken Israel's livestock and thus have livestock to suffer in the plague on hail and the plague on the firstborn. Thank you.